Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be working on my bullet journal theme for September. So as you guys know, every month on TikTok, I post a video asking for people to give me some theme ideas for the upcoming month. So before I start working on my journal, I can have other people's ideas, including the ones that I had for myself, ready to look at before I start creating my theme. And I feel like every month this year, I've actually had a really good idea ahead of time of what I wanted to do. And like a lot of the things were really topical. So in August this year, I did Lollapalooza because I was going to that, and then in July I did Barbie because that's when the Barbie movie came out, and like I had thought of those themes a long time ago, so I was already kind of ready to make them when the time came around. But now that it's coming up to September, I'm like, I don't know what I want to make. And yeah, so I asked on TikTok if anyone had ideas, and a lot of people commented, like so many great ideas. Some of the ones that I really liked from my TikTok comments were people suggested that I do a Twilight theme, like vampires, and then somebody else suggested that I do a theme based on Olivia Rodrigo's new album Guts, and I also thought that could be like tied in with the vampire thing because she has a song called Vampire. I'm not like a huge Olivia Rodrigo person, like I like her songs, but I don't feel like I'm a big enough fan, and I don't know like enough about her music to do a whole theme based on it. People suggested that I do Gilmore Girls, Heartstopper, other like TV shows, but I haven't seen any of those. I have a really fun theme idea that I've been thinking about for like over a year, but it's kind of Halloween-y, so I think I'm gonna save it for October. So I need to think of something for this year. And somebody on TikTok commented that I should do like a mushroom forest kind of theme, and I feel like I haven't done anything that's more natural or like bohemian this year, which I did last year and the year before. I've done a couple themes that I loved that were in that style, but this year it's been a lot of like funky bold colors and more graphic styles, and I haven't done something that's more illustrative this year, so I think I'm gonna try and do something like that. So the mushroom forest thing was from a TikToker named Haley, and then another TikToker named Ashley commented and said that I should do mauve and earth tones for a harvest festival vibe, and I kind of like that. For those of you who might not know, my birthday is coming up. My birthday is October 1st, so not within September, but I am planning a birthday party for myself. I've always loved my birthday, but I haven't had like a big birthday party in a while, like since probably I was in early high school was the last time I actually had like a real birthday party. And since I'm staying at my parents' house for an interim right now, I thought it would be like the perfect opportunity to make use of my parents' beautiful backyard and like the patio that they have, and have an awesome like fall time garden party backyard birthday party. That has been the one thing that has like been making me get through all of my shifts at work and like excited to do in my free time, is like making a Pinterest board for my birthday party and like planning decorations and food and stuff like that. And since it's gonna be outside in the backyard, I thought it would be really cool to tie that in with my bullet journal theme by doing a really fall time garden party, flowery, bohemian, beautiful bullet journal theme. I feel like I've been getting carried away a lot recently by doing bullet journal themes that are extremely based on media, like the Lollapalooza theme, Barbie, the Beatles, Taylor Swift, and I get that those things, like especially on TikTok, since I make a lot of TikToks nowadays, are very clickable and like people are attracted to things like that they already know, but I feel like I really need to reconnect with like something that is really original for me and really connects with who I am right now. So I think that doing this kind of non-specific, just pretty floral-y theme will really like strike something fun and original and creative in me. Because don't worry, I love making themes like that, like based on Barbie or based on stuff that I love, but sometimes it's good to, you know, get back to your roots and just make something that is completely your own and not based on anything by anyone else. So with that said, I am gonna go get started working on my theme. Okay, so I had a clip here that was me explaining so much about my initial design, and it has just vanished off of the face of the earth. I don't know where the clip is. Anyway, this is me starting to work on the line art for my sketch of the divider page. The concept is a girl laying down, so it's like kind of like an aerial view of her laying down with her hair splayed out across the ground, and her hair is full of like leaves and flowers and stuff like that, and it's gonna blend into the background like she's laying on the floor after a little garden party kind of thing. Also, the day that I'm filming this is August 26th right now, and I mean, this was like 2 weeks ago maybe, when Taylor Swift was seen a bunch of days in a row with those little braids in her hair. So Taylor Swift wore little braids, so I have to wear little braids today, and I don't know if you noticed in my sketch, I put little braids in her hair. So that's my little Taylor Swift Easter egg. I feel like I have to have one always. So back to working on the line art. Here is me doing the face. I was kind of nervous about this because I knew I wanted the face and the arms to really stand out because the hair was going to be super busy. Same with the pattern on the dress and same with the background. It was all going to be really busy. So I wanted her face to really be what like stood out and was kind of like shining through all of the busyness. And I do think that at the end, it definitely turned out that way. It's really beautiful. That is the hair all finished, the line art. And so here is me doing the text. I always get questions on my TikTok of people wondering how I like come up with fonts or if like I make them or where I find them. And tips on drawing fonts, and I definitely want to do like a little series there or maybe a full-length video here on YouTube talking about fonts because to answer some of those questions, some of the fonts that I use are found. So this one I found on Pinterest, I think, and I'm just recreating it. Some of the fonts that I use I kind of designed myself just by combining things that I've seen before in fonts that I like. But if you're interested in like a full-length video about that and how to draw text in a really clean way, just let me know and comment on this video. Okay, this is where I am right now. I really like it. It looks different on the page than I had envisioned it in my mind, but I do really like how it's turned out so far. I think it's really pretty, and all of the hair and everything going on in there is very intricate, which I love. Not sure about right now is if I actually want to fill the background with the flowers and like fruit and flora like I talked about before. I feel like it might be too much, but I don't know. I can't decide. I feel like I love the way that these little pennants look in the background. So what I'm thinking now, similar to my thought process before, was that if I do the color for the figure, then I think I'll be able to decide, you know what I want to do the flowers. I feel like I'm like hesitating because that's out of my comfort zone to like do something so intense and detailed, but I think that it will look cool because I kind of wanted the hair, especially since there are the little flowers and leaves in the hair, I wanted the hair to kind of blend in to the background so that it's more focused on the face and like the actual body and then the text, because this is going to be like very standout because I think I'm going to leave the background of this white. So I feel like it would look really beautiful if the hair really just flowed in to a bunch of flora around. And I think I'm going to add some like fruits, maybe like some pumpkins and strawberries and just like little things in the background also. Maybe some figs because they're very fall. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do some sketching to put those in, and then I guess I'll just do the line art for that. I was also gonna say, I've been filming this video a little bit differently than I have filmed previous bullet journal videos. Usually what I do is I just set up my phone or my camera on my actual desk and I film the whole thing. Like, I don't film my sketching part, but I'll film literally like all several hours it takes me to do all my liner and all of the color and stuff. That does like take a lot of time. I don't know, I just thought it would be cool to try doing it a different way. So I'm doing it right now the way that I film TikToks, filming it as it is in like actual real time, how long it takes me, but not filming the entire process. So I'll just turn the camera on for like 30 seconds while I do a certain section, then I'll turn it off and do other stuff off camera. I still think sometimes I get like, not insecure, but like I get nervous about doing things on camera. Like I feel pressure to make decisions faster than I would if I wasn't filming. Sometimes I think it's a little bit inauthentic. Yeah, I just thought it would be interesting to try it a different way and kind of slow it down and do it a little bit more naturally for me. So we're just trying that. Anyway, I guess let me know in the comments what you like better. So I added in some little sketches around the outside of just like I did some pumpkins and like strawberries, some flowers and other like leaves and stuff. I do think that I am gonna go in and do the color for this and then do the line art on these and like decide on the colors later. But I wanted to show you, I've made a little color palette right here. I just went into my collection of Tombow pens and picked out all of my like harvesty fall colors. But I still wanted to include a couple of like brighter colors. So I have these like yellow and orange or yellow and green that are really nice and bright. And then the colors aren't showing. Oh, here, that looks way better. This more like vibrant cherry red, a lighter pink, and this teal color, which I think are really nice and I feel like those will still make it a little bit summery, so it'll be like a good transition fall, summer to fall color palette. So I am gonna go in first and do like the skin and hair, and probably, well, I don't know if maybe I'll do the dress and the flowers that are in the hair, and then I'm gonna go in and do the rest of the background. Ooh, and this was so therapeutic to work on. I always talk about how the style of bullet journaling that I do is very much like making my own coloring book and then just coloring it in, and I still wholeheartedly agree with that, and especially on pages like this where I drew something really intricate and like lots of little details. It is like the actual most satisfying, beautiful, therapeutic thing to just like sit quietly and fill it in, or like if you have music playing in the background or something, it's really just like doing a adult coloring book, like with designs that are super intricate. And if you are interested in doing something like this, but you don't want to draw your own thing like I do every month, I will definitely recommend, and a little self promo here, that I point you to my Etsy shop, because every month I post printable versions of all of my bullet journal spreads. I haven't chatted about that a lot on YouTube recently, but I do turn all of my bullet journal spreads from years past and this current year that I'm working on into printable versions that you can buy and download and print out for yourself, and you can like paste them into a journal and fill them out, or you can just like put them into a binder, or I know some people use them digitally, like they'll just download the files and then put it into like an app on their iPad or something like that to fill in digitally, so you don't even have to print it out. And every month if you buy the version, because, okay, wait, back up. I sell the printables in both full color and black and white. So if you don't want to do all the coloring in, but you just like my designs and want to have them in your journal, you can buy the full color version and just print it out and just fill in the calendar and the habit tracker and stuff like that. Or I also sell a black and white version, which is just the outlines, so you can pick out all of the colors and color it in any way you want. And if you buy the black and white version, I also include my illustration page, because I don't include that with the full color ones because it's not useful. But if you buy the black and white version, my illustration page comes with it, and you can print that out and color it in. And yeah, and just like have your little zen me time by using whatever colors you want and coloring in. And it's really, like, it's so much fun. Okay, update. Hello. This is where I am now. I'm really proud of it. I really like it. I feel like you could make a compilation video of me in all of my bullet journal, like monthly bullet journal videos, being like, oh, I don't know if I like it, and then like an hour later being like, oh, I love it. Like, you could totally make a compilation of that. Anyway, so I finished the hair and I added in this greenery in the hair, which I think looks so beautiful with these like chocolatey brown colors. And I also, as you can tell, did the line art for the background, and I think it's really cute. Something that I want to do, I wanted to do, because like there is going to be some open space behind all of these flowers, and I was thinking about doing it in green because it would be like grass. Like I could do one of these like more muted greens, or like even this one. But I feel like a pull towards this teal color. I can show, this is the color that I'm talking about. I just like this like dark teal. I've been obsessed with this color recently, just like in all areas of life, and I think it's so beautiful, and I feel like it's going to be a trendy color come fall. I love this color, and I think it looks so beautiful with brown. If you were wondering, I was, in the 2010s, I was a blue and teal, or a brown and teal bedroom girl, hence the color of my walls. I also had a brown bed set. I know, do with that information what you will. I was a blue and brown girl, and I was a peace sign girl. I had a big light up peace sign on my wall. As a child, I was like a pink and green floral bed sheet thing, bedspread thing. That was my thing when I was a child, and then I evolved into a blue and brown, a teal and brown girl. So I think I'm just gonna do it, and then I'm gonna use the rest of those colors that I picked out, like all of the warm tones, like the oranges and reds, yellows, I'm gonna use for the flowers, because I feel like that will really highlight those and make it really cohesive, especially because the fruits that I have in here are like the strawberries and pumpkins, and that's red and orange, so I think that will help highlight it. And then I think this teal, it's dark enough that it'll sink into the background well, but it will really highlight all of those orange and red and yellow tones. I'm gonna do that. I also really like this pattern that I did on the dress that she's wearing, because I think it will really help to blend that into the background as well. Anyway, I'm gonna do that. So I ended up doing the teal and I love how it looks. This, I don't know why I'm so obsessed with this color right now. If you have like a specific color obsession thing where you just get really into a certain color every couple of months, let me know. This is absolutely the color that I'm into right now. For some reason, just this deep, dark, moody, jewel tone teal. Update. I love how it turned out. I think the teal was a good choice. Now I'm just gonna go back in and add like the green areas on some of the leaves out here. I think I'm gonna use a combination of these greens. Well, maybe not this one. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do that first and then either figure out the colors for the, or maybe I'll do that last, the pennants. Because like there are other things that, this is what I always talk about, there are other things that like need to be a certain color, but these don't necessarily need to be any certain color. So I think I'm gonna do everything else first and then come back to that. Okay. All right, and now that I did all of my actual technical talk about my design process and I'm just coloring in, I wanted to just do a little chitty chat about fall. I feel like every year, the past couple of years, I've done this thing where I've gotten too excited for fall, and like more specifically Halloween, too early. Like in the late July, early August, I've gotten like so excited for fall, and like it's almost like I'm so excited that my peak excitement is like way too early. So then by the time actual like October, my favorite month, and Halloween roll around, I'm like, I mean, I'm still excited, but like not as excited as I should be because I got excited too early. And this year, since we went to Lollapalooza and that kind of extended my summer mode for longer than it would have usually, I feel like I was able to really enjoy summertime and like get the full extent of summer because I love summer too. But now that it's finally, summer's fading away, I'm really getting excited for fall. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm getting to that point where I've already worn like all of my summer outfits 1 million times, and I just like want an excuse to like go back into my wardrobe and like get new fall stuff. Well, not new fall stuff, but just like revisit all the fall stuff that I already own. And that is really making me excited. I am excited to go outside and go on walks where it's not 1 million degrees, and I'm obviously so excited for Halloween. If you already have ideas for a Halloween bullet journal spread, let me know. I've already done some like basic Halloween spreads before, and I can share those on Instagram and TikTok, but I like to do things that are a little bit Halloween adjacent, but not exactly. Like 2 years ago I did Scooby-Doo, and it was really cute because it was like kind of Halloween, but not like aggressively Halloween. So if you have any ideas already, let me know. I already have one that I've had for a long time, and it's a little spooky, it's a little fun, but if you have any other ideas, definitely let me know. Also, this is me using my gel pen. I need to get a new one. It's really running out of ink. Okay. Good morning. So I finished working on the divider and my calendar page last night. I did film most of it. I didn't film doing my calendar page because it was pretty much exactly the same thing that I did on the divider, but I'm gonna give you a little update now and show you what it looks like. So this is my gorgeous divider right now. Oh my god, can't believe how beautiful it looks. It really does look so much different than I thought it would in my head, but I really like the way it turned out. My favorite part right now is all of these different brown tones in the hair. I actually only used 2 markers for this. I can show you the ones that I used. Use the Tombow little brush pens. This is the color 977 and 969, but these pens are great because you can really layer them up to get some deeper tones because they are a very light wash of color when you first use them, which is really good if you are looking to use them like as a background color or like a highlight or something. They can also really be opaque if you layer them up a couple of times, and as people always ask, layering it a couple times does not usually cause any bleeding for me. If you do it like a bunch of different colors on top of each other, like blending and blending and blending, can sometimes make a little bit of bleeding, but I have never experienced that just like doing a couple layers of the same color. But yeah, I really also like how the dress turned out because it really fades into the background. I actually based this off of a dress I saw in a store a couple weeks ago that I didn't buy because it was like $300, but it was so beautiful. And then here is my calendar page that I talked about. It's really, I copied the exact same text, same frame, and I just added in a lot of those same background details. The only thing that I changed was I made the background on this one that dark purple, and then the text is the teal. So I do work today, but I'm just gonna probably do a little header here and do my moments page before I go to work, and then I'll come back and show you when I'm working on my illustration. So this is the illustration that I did. I didn't really talk about actually designing it at all, but it's just the same girl walking through kind of like a little portal, this little archway, and I like that I designed it so that her feet and her hands kind of like go outside of the frame, like she's walking out of it. But I think it ended up looking really cute. I like to do stuff like this where you're just making very simple variations on the same theme, because I feel like it helps you to really solidify color choices and establish something that can branch into a lot of different spaces, especially things that are like smaller. It reminds me of doing like a big editorial illustration and then doing a little spot illustration. If you don't know what that is, it's like in a magazine, like there'll be a big illustration and then like in the middle of the text there'll be like a little illustration that matches the same style, but it's a little bit different and just like a small cute little blurb kind of thing. Hey guys, it's this same night. It's 10:15. I worked most of the day today and then I had dinner with my boyfriend. But I just did a little bit more work on the pages that I said I was going to do earlier, so I'm just going to show you what I did. And then tomorrow after work, I'm going to do my little illustration. I don't always show the process for like my smaller pages like the calendar, habit tracker, moments page, because it's usually just the exact same style that I like actually talk in depth about creating when I do the divider page. So I feel like it's kind of boring because it's kind of just like copy and paste, but I'm just going to show you what I did. So this is my little goals, my habits and goals page. I really like this little illustration that I did. I kind of wanted to continue this by just illustrating the same girl, and she's kind of like walking through this archway that has a little fall harvest garden party happening behind her, wearing the same dress as before. This is actually kind of what the full length dress of the dress that I was talking about this is based on, at least in my memory. This is what it looked like. And then I just did this little simple header for my moments page, which is kind of the same thing that I did here. This isn't really something that I think, it's not in my current style. Like this is a different style than I usually have been gravitating towards in the past couple of months. I really like it, and I always think that bullet journaling is a cool place to really push yourself outside of your creative, artistic comfort zone, because it doesn't have to be serious. It's just for you. If you don't like it, you can do another one. I really think that it's cool at the end of the year to be able to flip through something like this and like look at all the different cool things that you made, even things that are outside of your regular comfort zone or something that you wouldn't usually do. So yeah, I've enjoyed that about this. So I'm gonna go to bed, but I'll chat with you tomorrow while I work on my little illustration. Hi girly pops, it's the next day. I just got home from work. I didn't just get home from work, I just got home from work 2 hours ago and then laid in my bed for 2 hours dissociating, because you know that's how it goes when you get home from work. You have to do that. Like it's just the absolutely necessary 2-hour dissociation after work. I'm about to start doing my illustration. I don't know what I want to do yet, so I think I'm just gonna do a little sketching and playing around. I do want to illustrate the same girl again, maybe like dancing, or I don't know. I'm just gonna play around with it and see what we come up with. But I wanted to say I'm just about to start watching Gilmore Girls. I have never seen this show before, but every month, I swear to God, every month when I post on TikTok and ask people what theme I should do for the month, at least one person every month says that I should do Gilmore Girls, and I'm like, I feel like I just need to watch it so that I can please these people and do a Gilmore Girls theme at some point. I don't know. I just feel like I have to watch it, and I feel like it's a rite of passage to watch it. So it's almost September. I feel like it's a good time to watch it, so I'm gonna start. For those of you who don't know, I hate watching TV shows. I'm not a TV show girly. I cannot promise that I will watch the whole thing, but I am going to watch a little bit right now and see what we think. But yeah, I'm just gonna do some sketching and see what I come up with, and then I'll come back to you. Bye. Okay, this is where I'm at. I decided to do this little illustration of her running through, and I wanted it to be like she's kind of fading into the background with a bunch of this stuff in the foreground, and I'm still gonna do a bunch of like floral stuff like going up behind her so that her hair kind of flows into it. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the line art off camera just because it's kind of boring, I think, and then I'll come back when I'm gonna color it. Hey guys, it's the next morning. My SD card on my camera was full last night while I was finishing my illustration, so I didn't get a lot of video of me doing it, but I had a really good time. I felt very zen while I was doing it. It was late at night, so it was really nice. But yeah, with that, I'm actually done doing my bullet journal, so I'm going to show you the final look. I'm going to show you the final pages, and yeah. This is my final divider page. I know I've already showed this one, but I really love how it turned out. You can see the gel pen that I used, especially in the hair. It really reflects in the sunlight. It's really beautiful. Anyway, I'm obsessed with this color palette. This is like definitely my mood going into fall this year. Very moody jewel tones. And here is my calendar and my illustration. Oh, here you can really see that shiny gel pen. Gorgeous. And I decided to include this line from the song Sweet Nothing by Taylor Swift because I felt like it really embodied this theme, because I feel like a lot of my other themes are very graphic and bold, but sometimes I just want to do something soft and illustrative and really pretty. I love this illustration, just like running and dancing. And there's my little September header, and then here is my goals and my moments page. And thanks for hanging out with me while I made my September bullet journal theme. If you want to see more bullet journaling content from me, definitely follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. I post a lot of stuff about bullet journaling over there, especially on TikTok, so come hang out with me. Anyway, bye bye.